actually already got it in because I started recording this video and for some reason after I did the thumbnail it stopped recording. I'm glad I caught that because I would have been pissed. So today in this video we are going to be looking at some D&D maps. It was unintentional that I had my jumper on today. That was D&D. I would just wear this often, I guess. But yes, what we're going to be doing today is just looking through some of the maps that I've got for D&D. Like world maps really, more than anything else. Not all of them will be in here. There are 1, 2, technically 3 on the wall right now, which is a wild map one from the Alexandria book, a Corvair one from the Eberron book, and one of the Forgotten Realms. So actually I didn't even realise they were all sort of continent maps, which is interesting, but yeah. So I've got a bunch of them. I want to put these up. I'm tempted to put more up here again. If you recall, I used to have maps up on this here area, but I took them down because my desk, when it used to be, was like right here, and my chair would constantly scrape against them. So, and it actually has ripped one of the maps, as you'll see. It's kind of like crushed up the bottom part of one map, which I will show you here. So yeah, I just think we're gonna look at some of the maps because they're fun and I enjoy having them. A nice decoration, even if I don't use them because I don't play these games in person. So we're just gonna crack on with it, I guess. I'm gonna just show you some of them. Now, each of these maps, save for a handful, come with a specific book, which usually pertains to the setting or the adventure, right? And they usually are like rip-out maps in the back of the book. So this one here, the first one, is one that you may have seen in other videos. This is a planescape map. Planescape setting of D&D. Planescape setting was like the multiverse D&D, like but well, it's just the multiverse. Specifically, is a map of the Outlands. Yeah. Okay, this video is going to be compressed for some reason, so it's going to be a little bit. So you're not going to see it perfectly. This is the map of the Outlands, and each of these symbols here around the edge, these depict a plane of existence, and each plane of existence has a town on the edge of the Outlands with a portal that goes to it. And then the very centre here is this massive tower at the top of which there's like a ring world, and the ring world is just well, it's not a ring world, it's a ring city. And it has Sigil, the city of doors. So this map is from left to right. This bit in the middle, and it's because it's a sea that rings round, all facing inwards. So this is what it looks like. You can see some of the major locations on there. And that's at the centre of the Outlands. It's very good. And this is from the Planescape book, which includes, it's basically like a box set. I don't know if I did a review of it on this channel, I don't think I did. Still got some blue tack on there because it was up on here, down here. So I need to go back through my maps and decide what I'm going to put up as decoration. So yeah, I came with the Planescape books, which is fun. It's got a quirky adventure in there. It's not an amazing adventure, I'll be honest, but it's a quirky one nonetheless. The second one is another one that's been up on my wall, but it fell down a while ago and I just never put it back up. This one comes from the Call of the Nether something. Call of the Nether Deep, which is a campaign module set in Alexandria. Oh, it's actually set partially in Alexandria, but it's set, yeah, it is set in Alexandria, but it's partially set in Wildmount for like a few levels, and then takes place in the subcontinent, the Indian subcontinent, that sort of like inspired region, and Africa as well, I guess. Oh my god, I wish I could remember. It's literally on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. This is the map of it, which features, I guess, spoilers for adventures, by the way, some of them. This map features the city of Ankara up here. This is just like a visual representation map, because part of this adventure is like descending deeper and deeper and deeper beneath the city, with some ruins here, then I guess the nether deep, and then this thing down here. And then we've got, I believe, I can't tell if that's Ruidus down there or not. There we go. The city of Kelmoro is the area here. And yeah, part of the adventure is going into these old ruins. In addition, we have the Jewel of Hope, the Unkarel, which is the city of Unkarel, which you'll be familiar with if you've been watching Vox Machina on Amazon Prime, or if you've ever watched Critical Role. So there's the city of Unkarel. You can see the side profile there at the top, as I said. So that's Unkarel. I've never run that much. I did put a listing up for it. I got like 2 people interested, probably about a year and a half ago, if not longer. Pardon me. But I just inhaled some saliva there, I think. A bit gross, but there we go. Yeah, it never really took off. So I've never run it. And looking at some like reviews, it's not great. Theoretically, it's really cool, but it's very much like it sets the GM up for a lot of failure, because it puts in a rival party, but it positions them as antagonists who fight them at the beginning, and it's like, but the players have no reason to keep these people alive. They're probably just going to kill the enemies, or there's no reason that they won't work together, because they make an offer but the book presumes they never work together, and then you've got like a part. It's just really weird, really weirdly written. But there's that. Next one we've got here is actually from the new DMG. This is a map of Greyhawk. This is the first DMG to actually have a map in it, which is nice, and I'm very, very glad they've added this in here. So this is a map of Greyhawk, of the Greyhawk setting, particularly one continent. I can't remember what continent it is. But yeah, this is the map, and I'm thinking of running an adventure in this map. I don't know if it will be rewritten, or like, yeah, there's some like rewritten ones anyway, or doing I guess like a Uber adventure, but yeah, it's looking good. It smells good in here as well. And then we've got the city of Greyhawk on the back. It's pretty cool. The thing I like about cities of this size is that they're big enough that they feel like there's a lot of stuff to do, but it's not so overwhelming from the GM. Like, I love Waterdeep, but as we're about to see in a minute, it is very overwhelming to run for, because there's just a lot of stuff. So there's that map. Oh, my thing just went off. Next one is from probably the worst set of books in the 5th edition release, Spelljammer. So, I'm not really sure what this one is. I haven't looked at this properly. Oh yeah, this is the Rock and Brawl. So this map is of the Brawl, like the Rock and Brawl, I guess is the underside. The Rock and Brawl is basically the centre of a lot of stuff for Spelljammer. It's like the city, kind of like the City of Doors, i.e. the City of Sigil in Planescape. It is like the city in that like campaign setting. Technically, the City of Door, like the Sigil, Brawl and all that, are actually interconnected with other worlds. Again, guess technically all of these worlds do exist simultaneously, but like, and you can travel from them, so I guess my point I was going to make is kind of moot, which is that they're all kind of connected. But yeah, this is the city of Brawl. Obviously the other side. And then the city proper here. Notice how there's no like celestial sphere map. Wouldn't that have been nice? Rather than just having that, which is just mostly like open nothingness. It would have been better to have a map of Brawl, because it is like the centre of a lot of things. If you're playing Spelljammer, you're likely to have that as your base of operations, I guess. But when you can go to any single world, would you ever just make that your place? I don't know. But it would have been good to have that map, and then the other one being like a map of all of the celestial spheres, so that a GM running the game could go, this is how the celestial realm looks like, this is what the astral sea is, so that I can navigate it and run an actual Spelljammer game. No, the Spelljammer book is dreadful. It's awful. Genuinely the worst book they've ever released. Or like box set, because it's a set of 3 books. And it's expensive as well. I only had it because Katie got it for me as a Christmas present. Or a birthday present. I can't remember. Otherwise I wouldn't have had it. But yeah, that book, it has 3 things in it. It has a monster manual, which is okay, I guess. It has an adventure, which is actually quite fun. It's a very like sort of 80s, 90s space opera type game, like Flash Gordon. But the thing that lets it down is the setting book, which is actually it's thinner than this. This is this Sword Coast Guide, like the first proper book beyond Adventures and the handbooks that was released with 5th edition, and everyone just kind of hates this book. But even this book has more information about a campaign setting that's that thin than the whole of, than the entirety of that other book. Most of it is just talking about the ships, which is fine, which is cool. I want to know information about all the different Spelljammers, but the only campaign setting information beyond any of that is 2 or 3 pages about the city of Brawl, and even that, it doesn't even have really any information or surface value. Nothing worthwhile. So, one of the worst books released. The next map is one that I've used frequently. This used to be up on my wall in my old house. This is the Icewind Dale map. I guess this could be a little bit of spoilers, so if you don't want to see spoilers for Icewind Dale, don't watch this video. This map is the GM's map, I believe. This is made for GMs. Oh no, it's not. Luckily, this is actually not for the GM. This is the Icewind Dale map, which shows like a very specific small region, which is at the north of the Sword Coast. And as you can see, it's got, most of it is empty because it is a wasteland. Now, in the adventure, there are lots of like little places in and around the wastes that players can go and investigate because it's kind of sandboxy. But most of the adventure takes place, I would say, very much the early adventure around these 10 towns, where you can see all the markers. And on the back of the book, we have maps of each of the 10 towns, which is pretty cool. Icewind Dale is actually a really fun campaign. It's one of the better ones. I kind of wish they'd integrated the later part of the adventure, which becomes very linear, into the sandbox. It feels like they wanted to do sandbox, but then kind of chickened out at the last minute, because it's like, I don't know why they would do that. Because the adventure in the Essentials kit is basically a sandbox adventure where it puts a bunch of quests and says the adventurers come to Vandalin. They have a bunch of quests. Here you go. And they level up based on how many quests they've done. They can choose what they do. Ultimately, it all does come to a head regarding the dragon that's in the region, but because it's posited that way from the beginning, it very much feels like a sandbox that's leading up to them getting powerful enough Strahd. This one is a nice cool map, very much like the Icewind Dale map. It shows us a map of the region, and it shows us some of the towns, not all of them, but it shows us a number of like the important locations. We've got Kresk there, Barovia, a very small one of Valaki, Perez, and then an encampment. So just a few locations on here. Unlike this one, this is a GM's map, because as you can see, all of these, there are very specific locations that are marked on the map, all of which are kind of for the DM to see in the book. On the other side is a very cool map, and I'm glad this is on the poster map, because I run Strahd, and currently, as of tomorrow, which is a Monday, they've been invited to a Strahd dinner with Strahd. They've already done all of that. Like they've done all of that stuff, but they're now investigating through the castle. Dinner with Strahd went on a while, so I think they're eager to do some investigation. And this is a map, an isometric map of the Castle Ravenloft, which is really useful because all of it's on one page, because it's very, very easy as a GM to lose your place where the players are, where things lead to. So this map is really great. I might put this up on the wall or somewhere so that I can reference it as I'm running them through Ravenloft, because goddamn is this thing not complicated to deal with. Like all these little rooms, all of these places. On Roll20 where I run my games, I have this version of the map. They also provide like a custom made map for Ravenloft that is playable, because you can't really run D&D on this, not properly. I mean you can, but like it's not easy to run a combat on a map like that on a virtual tabletop. So yeah, that's the Strahd map. I might keep this one out because I need to use it tomorrow. Sure. Alright, next one along, guys, is Fendelver and Below. And as you guys know, I do not like this map. I guess I like the map itself. But like, for me, a lot of these physical maps should be maps that can be placed down and presented to players, right? That's kind of the point of them, because having them as a GM is nice, but it's completely pointless if it gives away stuff that you shouldn't be giving away to players, because ultimately the point is that you put that down and go, here's the land. The Barovia one is a little bit more forgivable, because the players might go, well, what's that location? And you go, I don't know, but you see like a mysterious set of doors in the distance in the mountains, or like you can flavour these locations as things that they can see but they're not ready for. So they shouldn't mark things, in my opinion, that the players can't see. And having little town maps, I guess, is kind of useful, because then you can just like cover up the other maps and just say, this is the town that you see. That's what I did anyway. This map. Alright. I don't personally see the point of ever having dungeon maps on a handout, because you're not going to use them. Like, the GM at most is going to draw a map out. There's literally no reason to have unless it is a full dungeon map on the back, there's no reason to have it in there. So this is egregious for multiple reasons. This is the Fendelver and Below map. Now, on the surface, this map doesn't look too bad, right? It's a map of the Fendelin region. Got Neverwinter Wood, Neverwinter, a few key locations. Now, what would get given? What's that there? Oh, that's Wave Echo Cave. Guess what the first adventure is called? As part of Shadow Obelisk, it's technically 2 adventures. First adventure is called The Lost Mine of Fendelver. I'll give you a guess what the word lost means in context to this campaign. describes this map as being, and I quote, a player map. A map given to the players in the first session. Don't worry if they don't know what all the locations mean. They'll find out about those later. Okay. Why are there secret locations on here? Some of the other locations, fair enough, whatever. But like Cragmore Castle, they're not meant to know how they find that. They're meant to be doing side quests to learn that location. But it's on the map, so they know because it's a player map. And they know the location. Wave Echo Cave, the very MacGuffin of the book, is on here. In fact, the most egregious thing I think of them saying this is there's a marker called Missing Miners, which does not happen until chapter 7 of the book. And yet it's on there from the beginning. This is the worst map they have ever released. Not because visually it's bad, but because it is so useless. I cannot give this to players. If I put this map on the map, if I put this map on the table for players playing this game, they're immediately going to see all of the secret locations. And when they learn that Gundren is in Cragmore Castle, they say, well, the map says it's here. And then as a GM I might say, yeah, but you don't know that location. They'll ask, why is it on the map? Or, okay. It completely destroys the point. Do you know what would have been a fun addition? If these maps and the books came with stickers of so that it had the little black X with Cragmore Castle, that when you find the location you stick it on there. Okay, it means the map is useful one time for one adventure, but honestly, the average person is not going to run one of these adventures more than once. I understand that I am probably unique in that aspect, that I run Fendelver and Below 6 or 7 times, but the average person is not running it more than once, let's be honest, unless it falls through, because they're going to finish an adventure with their friends and probably move on to another one 2 years later. So honestly, I think that is a better option. They should have just done that. Putting the secret things on here is stupid. And then this will be spoilers, by the way, because there's a lot of dungeons on here. The second part is Vandalin. And then a bunch of random maps. Some of these, I don't understand why they're on it. It's literally just to fill out space. What this map should have been: the Vandelver region with a few locations that are known at the beginning. Okay, maybe include Talandreth up here, which is a pseudo hidden location. Include some of these other places, but don't include the secret locations. And the other side should have been a full map of Vandalin. That's it. That's what it should have been. And I'll die on that hill. I absolutely hate this map, if you can't tell. Well, we're barely through this, so we're going to keep going on. I'm going to go a little bit quick fire. So, talking of a map that does that really well. Well, here is a map that does that really well. It takes the best of numerous things and puts it together. So this is a map from Descent into Avernus. Now, a lot of people don't like the way that Avernus is laid out, and I currently am running it with the Alexandrian remix, but the map is good. The only thing wrong with the map, I would say, is that there's a few locations that are missing that should be on here that the Alexandrian remix has you put on it. And if you're ever running this digitally and you're doing the Alexandrian remix, do check it out. There is a map add-on where you can rebuy the whole map or just buy the add-on that has these new locations in the same style as the artwork of the map. They put on there. Wonder what that was down there. Thought it was that blue tag. So this map is from Descent into Avernus. The first thing is we have the map of Avernus. Alright, what do you notice about this? There's no location markers, save for a few random symbols. What else do you notice? When I say location markers, I mean things for the GM, like this location is location M. What do you see? You do see location indications. Like when you put this down in front of the players, they might say, "What is that giant skull over there?" I don't know. Go check it out. What is that monolith of light down there? I don't know. Check it out. What about the volcano? What about the tower? I don't know, guys. Go check it out. This map is the perfect D&D map in my opinion because it's not completely blank. It is a player aid because you can show this to players and say, "Hey, go check. Like, what do you think about this? Now that you're in Avernus, go check out these locations." Now, that would be great. However, the module itself, not very good at doing that. So, descent into Avernus is very linear. It's basically a pick your own railroad because when they get to Avernus, they have to pick whether they go down the path of the demons or the path of the devils to try and rescue Elturel. And so basically it's like go to this location, go to this location, go to this location. It's linear, and most of it is like go to a location, help this person, but that person needs you to go to this location and help someone else in order to help them. And it becomes a trail of like down the line to then come back to the original person. I absolutely hate that. The remix makes it into like a more of like not quite a sandbox but close to a sandbox, where it says we need 3 items. They could be anywhere in Avernus. Here are a bunch of plot hooks. There is a demon that resides there that might help you destroy the chains that holds Elturel. And so the players will look at this map and go, what are these locations look of interest? There might be something there that could help. Oh, we were told that Bell's Forge is inside a volcano. Oh look, there's a volcano over here in a map. So they can take the map, take the rumours and put them together. And that is why this is the best map that D&D have released, in my opinion anyway. But not just that. What's on the other side? Well, it's exactly what I would want. It is a city map. No markers on there as well. Because in my opinion, these maps are not for players. These maps are not for GMs, they're for players. They're to put down on the table so the players have a frame of reference. There should never be GM symbols on here. There should never be anything that the players can look at and go, that was for the GM, not for me. That's my opinion on that. I'll live and die on that hill. And even if it's for the GM, what's the point? Because the GM can't exactly have this giant map behind their screen looking at it, can they? It's in the book. This map is in the book with the markers in it. That's all the GM needs. These should be for players. And even if it's for decoration for the GM, I don't want my maps to have markers on them when they're on the wall. I don't want that. So yeah, this is why I love the Avernus map. I think it's really well done. It's just a shame that the adventure as vanilla does not provide the option to use it in the way I think it's designed to be. So let's pull this up. Got the skin. It's a much longer video than I expected. So we've got a few maps left here. I'm going to power through these. Now this is the map that got a little bit destroyed because of my chair running into it on the wall. This is the map of Waterdeep. One of the first maps I got, because Dragonized was one of the first adventure modules I ever purchased. For years of running D&D, I never ran modules. Only when I started working as a GM did I run modules, and the first ever module I ran was Dragonized, because I'd already played it. And this is the map. I do like this map. I think you need it for Waterdeep. So you've got the map here. And on the other side there is another version. Now the reason there is another version is because one is the player's side, one is the GM side. Now, for Waterdeep, honestly, there's only ever one map. There's no land map because they're not travelling. You only need the city map. So the other side being a GM map, okay, that's fair enough. Like, it doesn't make a difference because there's nothing else to put on here. Oh, I got a minute. Some alert went off. Yeah, so this map, really, there's not much else you could do in the Waterdeep map other than include the dungeons, but again, I always think, what's the point in doing that? and they can sit there and go like, oh yeah, this is water deep. And they get a frame of reference, like, as I said before, the point of a book, sorry, the point of the maps that come in the book should be they're used to present to the players as things they can look at. This is the final one from one of the adventure modules, and I've got just 2 more I want to show. So this is from Beyond the Witchlight. Again, just a big region map, not anything major. This adventure is very sandboxy from my recollection. And then on this side, I've got a map of the carnival, which again kind of does what it needs to. It has a stylised approach at letting you know what each of the locations are, which is fair enough in an adventure like this, because in an adventure where you're asking the players to explore, it's good for a map to give like visual iconography to go, this is something that stands out in the map, because if you just show them a blank map, they'll go, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with that. So yeah, here there is the Witchlight Carnival. So when they arrive, they can see some of these locations, and the thing is, right, they kind of know what things are going to be when they get there. And yeah, again, we've got more stuff here. The only thing is, this obviously has locations on it, but I guess if you're not worried about that, I guess it's not that bad. But yeah, each of the little locations has a letter, like a name there, and it's divided into like 3 sections: yon, hither, and thither. But I've not run Witchlight. I have no idea what Alexa is doing in here. I don't know if you guys heard that. Why is this not falling? This is not falling. I have done this incorrectly. It should be like that. Is it this way? Do this last one. I don't have to spend time editing all of this out, me messaging her. So, sorry about that, guys. The last one I'll show is like a little map that I made. This is a map of a city called Sill City, which is just like a little map. It's got a key down there. But yeah, this was one of the first city maps I ever made for a homebrew game. One that I streamed, actually. Yeah, just a little city map I decided to print out for frame of reference for the players. This was made with Wonder Draft, by the way, if you're wondering. Wonder Draft is how this was made. Just thought I'd show that. This is printed on a bit of paper and on speaking terms with many of the people that I ran this game with, but I thought for the sake of it, and because it was an amazing gift at the time, that I got, basically I made a world map for our world, and they got me a laminated version of it. So this is it here. It's like a whole sort of section here. Laminated map. You can see a reflection of the screens up. Yeah, so we've got all of these different areas up here. Got a desert down there. And the whole adventure is basically set up here on this continent. Or this province of the continent. But yeah, very sad that never continued on, but you know, it happens. But yeah, I just thought it was a nice little addition. So yeah, that's me, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the video and enjoyed looking at some of the maps. Bit of a longer video, but I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like and continue to check out the other videos, which will appear on the side of the screen in a moment. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to be updated when I upload. And feel free to leave me a comment if you have any requests, any suggestions for videos, any topics to ramble about. I'd be very happy to take them on. So make sure to do that, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye bye.